Bass Hamilton, Rouse Jr. I'm at the Philadelphia Roundtable today on Human Rights Day, the 10th of December. And it's an important time to be here because of all the things that are going on in America with the police brutality, the protests against them. And I'm involved in a civil rights case for over 18 years. My sister, Queena Bass, she decided to stand up for what's right after being harassed at her job, Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, a hospital now in America. They harassed her after 14 years of service and they downsized her out of her job. But it wasn't the downsizing, it was the harassment from doctors and administrators at the hospital that she is fighting against. And the upper people in that hospital that allowed this the administration to go on. So we have a father, my father Hamilton Rouse Sr., who wanted to take this to the street. He's now passed away this year. He was out here 18 years from the age of 69 to 87. That's remarkable. But he was a real civil rights activist back in the 50s. He was the first black salesman at Sears. He got fired for getting more blacks jobs there. And he did the same thing at Gulf Oil. So we grew up with civil rights. So when this happened to his daughter, he was age 69. He came out there. We used direct action plus the legal system. Queena Bass took her case all through the EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. 70 questions were not investigated. So why do we have an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission? She had to go to U.S. District Court herself in 1998. And she had to be her own attorney because no attorney would help her in America, in Philadelphia. So we had a jury, all-white jury, a jury we couldn't even really pick. People subpoenaed for the trial didn't show up, and the judge did nothing about it, like the key witness. He had a payroll document that wasn't readable. All these fraudulent things done in the legal system. So now she figured she'll continue to use direct action. In 1999, the mayor's race came up, and she did a remarkable thing, decided to run for mayor as a Democrat on the ballot in 1999. It's very hard to do. When my dad was around, my father, and he was able to help get her on the ballot, the 1,000 signatures to get on the ballot as a Democrat running for mayor of Philadelphia. What did they do? Because Queena was going to expose the fraudulent legal system, the racism, they wouldn't let her speak in the televised debates in 1999. So that's a fraudulent election. 2003, she was able remarkably, after still protesting all these years, get on the ballot again. They wouldn't let her speak again in the televised debates. They took her off the ballot first. That's what I meant to say. They took her off the ballot, said 400 signatures were invalid. So she ran as a write-in. Okay, and they started to harass her, shutting off her heat, her water, power, different times. Here she was only trying to be a mayoral candidate. They wouldn't let her participate in the democracy of a mayor's race. Still remarkably, continuing to protest against the fraudulent legal system and the racism at Jefferson Hospital, she got on the ballot again in 2007. This time they didn't take her off the ballot, even though they sort of tried, but they didn't get her off the ballot. She was able to stay, and they would not let her in the televised debates in 2007, running against people like Michael Nutter. They also put a homeless man on there named Jesus White, so they could show that they kept him out of the debates, and they kept Queena out of debates, Queena Bass, so they wouldn't look like they were just picking on Queena Bass. So here I am now, 18 years in the civil rights movement. My father, who was out here for 18 years from age 69 to 87, has passed away. My mother 2 years ago passed away. So they're persecuting us. Financially, we have to beg on the street, get on food stamps. They don't want us to be able to pay our bills. Our family, our cousins, our uncle won't even talk to us, our aunt and all. And it's amazing. This is America. In 2014, racism. Finally, people are standing against the police brutality, which is very good. And it needs to be a media that would expose injustice. If the media, we say change the news media, would change the world. If the news media would cover the injustices that are going on in America, things would not be as bad as they are today. And we stand up for the homeless, the filthy slums, the unemployment, the bad education, and it shouldn't be this way. Where are the churches? Where are the Christians? Where are the organizations? Where is the black media? Where is the media at all? Why do we want America to look this bad? I understand that The rich don't really care about the poor. That's one of the major problems. But the media should do their job and care about injustice.
Okay, that sounds good. Can you give us a little more information about about the process of becoming a candidate for mayor? What was involved with that? To go through it 2 times, I'm sure you have a pretty good idea how that works.
It's the hardest work I've ever done. Thank God that my father was a good speaker. As far as getting the signatures, you have to get 1,000 signatures on petitions to run for mayor. You may have to talk to 10 people before you get one signature. My father always lost his voice after each time he tried, and that's just terrible that you have to even go through this, do this remarkable step to run for mayor to try to get justice. Then you have to get it notarized, and I think you have to pay some money for that. And that's how it's very hard. Then you have to put it in with the Board of Elections to get on the ballot. And we did that 3 times.
What are your plans going forward? This is, like you said, December 10th, 2014. Are there plans for the near future or anything in the long term?
Well, what we like to see done is we have the people calling the news media. We want people to realize the election system is so fraudulent. Why should you go vote? They won't let you speak. You're on the ballot. Okay, so what other things do they do to these elections? They want people to participate in democracy. So that's the main thing, is we want to continue to expose the election system, the fraudulent election system, and the fraudulent legal system. So many people are losing their jobs, and now I think you can even have in Philadelphia where you lose your job and you don't have to give a reason. We have no stability on our jobs anymore. So what we want to do is continue to expose the system. We have to even beg on the street for funds, but this is working. Continue to expose the news media, protecting injustice, the fraudulent legal system, and the fraudulent election system. That's the only thing we can really do. We would never know who Dr. King was or Rosa Parks if it wasn't for the news media. And Queena Bass, look at her name, Queena, Dr. King, and Queena, King, Queen. I mean, it's an easy story to do. Here's a woman who was only an administrative assistant who really, to go on the streets. It wasn't like Queena, but she knew she had to do something to expose all this racial discrimination that happens when you work for even a hospital and you can't get justice. And Queena has been remarkably strong, all the stress she's been under all these years, but we want America to get behind what we're doing. This is not just for us. This is for all the suffering people of racism and the poor people who are suffering needlessly.
Okay, do you have, well, I believe you have a website. Can you give us the web address and tell us what's on that website?
It's PhiladelphiaCivilRights.blog, B-L-O-G, spot.com, or YouTube, Voices of Reason, and under Queena Bass, Q-U-E-E-N-A, B as in Bob, A-S-S. And it just tells, it's showing Queena speaking about what she's been through running for mayor of Philadelphia and the racial discrimination case against Jefferson Hospital. And that's what mainly it says. Well, you can't really contact us through it, but you can really learn about the civil rights movement. We call this the new civil rights movement. We have reached everyone in civil rights as far as the main people, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Al Sharpton, almost anybody you can name in the media, Oprah, Tavis Smiley, Cornel West, he's not really in the media, Michael Eric Dyson. Many people, I've written all over the country to people who you thought would really care about this situation, and we're still out here protesting 18 years, going on 19 in March.
Okay. Now, you say you don't have a current email address or any other way to get in touch directly?
No, we have, even my phone has been cut off and I'm on Lifeline. So we must be really doing a great job of exposing racism because they even cut my phone off.
Well, what we'd like to do is provide a link from our website, Philadelphia Roundtable, philaroundtable.webs.com, and give you access to our email. so that if people want to get in touch, they'll be able to relay some sort of message to you. We hope that you'll be able to come back and participate in some more interviews with us. Primarily what we'd like to talk about is not only your current situation, but the media, how that works, and the political system here in Philadelphia and how that works. As a democratically controlled city, since I've been here in '74, there doesn't seem to be much win for the average person in Philadelphia. We have an election coming up, Mayor Nutter is out, and we have a few other candidates going to be on the ballot this year. But we'd like to look at the process and how it works and how we can maybe change things for the better here in Philadelphia. Would you be willing to work with us on that?
We would do everything we can, and that's what we've been trying to do. We did over 100 different kind of flyers with the situation. We had to be our own news media, and it shouldn't be like that in America with all the media that we really have: television, radio, websites, like you said, and cable. We had to be our own news media in America, and it shouldn't be like that.
Well, I agree with you. That's why Philadelphia Roundtable is taking it upon themselves to put that information out there to kind of cover the folks that never get covered, as one sister said, all the little voices that never get heard. So we're hoping to work with you in the near future. We'd like to do that series on the political system here in Philadelphia. We'd like to talk about everything from the ward leaders all the way up. And if you assist us with that, we'd be very happy. Our number here at Philadelphia Roundtable is 267-687-8488. That's www.philaroundtable.webs.com. Philadelphia Roundtable, we'd like to thank you, and we're looking forward to working with you. Peace.
Thank you.